Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. Friends, today we'll discuss to understand three concepts that we use in our life at the same time we use in education, especially in the curriculum, in the teaching learning process. Okay, and these three concepts are the terms that is goals, aims, and objectives. So, friends, many a time you must have observed that we use these three terms, three words, goals, aims, and objectives interchangeably and synonymously. Okay, so we said that this is goal of my life, or this is aim of my life, or this is objective of my life. But you see, these three concepts are having, you can say, a certain in their meaning. Definitely you can say that they have their own connotation and own concept. We can differentiate among these three concepts, but many a time, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, we use these three concepts, three terms interchangeably, synonymously, as if the meaning of the three term is similar, is same. We use these terms in the context of curriculum, as I have already said, then in teaching learning process, in pedagogy, in academic interactions, academic deliberations, as well as commonly used in our day-to-day life. As I have already said that someone is saying that this is my aim of life, this is my goal of life, this is the objective of my life. But the term is not properly used when we are saying that this is objective of my life. Okay, so when something is related to one's life, so it should not be so narrow, it should not be so specific, rather it should be broad. Okay, so that's why being a teacher of education, being a student of education, as a researcher, we should understand that what is the concept of these three. Then again, we can say that these terms have certain unique concept and meaning and have conceptual differences among them. So, friends, in this session, we will try to understand the concept of the above three terms, and we will try to establish difference among these three concepts. So, friends, let us first try to understand what is the concept of goals. You see, goal is very vast in nature. We usually say that this is goal of my life. This is not wrong. When we are saying that this is goal of my life, you see, the goal of one's life is very broad, very vast, very large, you can say. And when we talk about the goal, you can say that goal is very abstract in nature. This is not so concrete. Okay, because to define one's goal, you cannot define in a very concretized way. Just like, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a doctor, be a socialist, or you want to be, you can say, a lawyer. So these are not the goal of life. Okay, you can say simply they may be the aim of your life. You want to be related to your interest, related to your willing. But when we talk about the goal of life, it is quite abstract in nature. Many a time defining one's goal of life is very difficult also. We'll further discuss that why it is very abstract in nature. Then you can say, friends, achieving goal is very difficult. Achieving goal is not very easy. You cannot achieve your goal within a very short span of life, within a year, within a week, okay, within a couple of years, even within a decade. It may take throughout your life, you can say, throughout your life to achieve the goal. You can consume, you can utilize your entire life period to achieve the goal, but even one may not achieve goal in his or her entire life period. You will try to achieve your goal, but many a time it is not possible that you achieve your goal. I am not saying that you are not able to achieve your goal. You may achieve, but it takes a long time, it takes a long period. Even it may take the entire lifespan, entire life period. Okay, throughout your life, you can engage in different activities to achieve your goal. So, friends, now let us try to discuss that what are the concept of a goal, why it is abstract in nature, and why it takes a lot of time, much time to achieve the goal. So we can just give certain examples, just like achieving national integration and emotional integration. So you see, achieving national integration and emotional integration. You please tell me whether it is possible to achieve national integration in a day, in a month, in a year, or in a decade. So for achieving national integration, it may take years together. You may engage yourself throughout your life for achieving this broad, you can say, goal, that is achieve national integration, to develop a type of spirit, to develop a type of understanding that the whole nation is just like one nation, just like a family. Accordingly, emotional integration, how emotionally you are attached with the things which is going on in our society, in this world, in this nation, in the country, in the state. Okay. Then again we can say achieving international understanding. International understanding. So you see, achieving international understanding and considering the you can say the entire world, the entire universe as one family, the entire world and universe as one family, and to develop a spirit of oneness, and to develop a spirit of friendship, and to develop a spirit of brotherhood. Is it possible to achieve one day, in one day? Is it possible to achieve in 1 month, 1 year, 1 decade? It may also again take years together. You can consume throughout your life for achieving international understanding. Then again we can say achieving universal brotherhood. Universal brotherhood. To consider that we all are related, we all are associated in a thread of brotherhood. Okay, that is globally. So you means it, you should consider the whole world as a family, just not like your state, just not like your district or your country. So universal brotherhood is a very vast concept. It's very abstract in nature. So it is very difficult to achieve in a very short span of time. Then we can say achieving unity in diversity. Achieving unity in diversity. Is it possible to achieve in one day? We have many diversities. We consider these diversities are the strength, our strength. So far as in Indian context, if you discuss in Indian context, you will find that we have many diversities. We have diversities in languages, we have diversities in customs, in culture, in our living style, in food habit. Okay, and demographically we are distributed. Okay, you will find that some are staying in the coastal area, some are staying in the plain area, some are staying in the hilly area. Okay, and you see, so far as that demography and geographical area situation is concerned, and you will find that their living style is different, their customs and costume is also different. Okay, so they observe different festivals. You will find, if you go to different parts of this country, different part of India, you will find different lifestyle. Okay, starting from language, dialect, and even if in their culture and everything, you will find different types of life. Still then, a sense of achieving unity in diversity. We consider all the diversities is our strength, and beautifully we accept all these diversities, and we maintain, we realize a sense of unity. So here, achieving unity in diversity is not possible to achieve in one day, in one period, in one class. Achieving unity in diversity from a particular course. So it is abstract thinking. It takes years together. It takes the entire life. Then achieving spirituality. Achieving spirituality. You tell me whether you can develop spirituality in 1 month, 1 year. So friends, national integration, international emotional integration, international understanding, universal brotherhood, unity in diversity. spirituality is not possible to achieve in one day. It takes much time. It takes the entire period of your time, the entire life, your entire lifespan. And still then you cannot say that surely you will achieve it. You may achieve, you may not achieve. So it is very abstract in nature. It is related to your thinking, it is related to your understanding, it is related to how you perceive the things, how you perceive this world, how you perceive your country, your state, how you perceive your neighborhood, how you perceive the people, your friends. So friends, this is something, the goal of life means the goal that we use in the academic field, at the same time in our life. But next, when we talk about aims, so many a time interchangeably and synonymously we use, instead of using goal we use aims, and instead of using aims we use goal. So when we talk about aim, you can say aim is very vast in nature but lesser than a goal. Aim is also vast but not like goal. Goal takes entire lifespan, entire life period. Okay, then you can achieve goal. But you can achieve aim within a short period of time in your life. So that's why many a time you must have heard that your friend, and you are also saying that what is, or you are asking as a teacher, you are asking your students that what is aim of your life, but you never ask that what is goal of your life, what is aim of your life. So you see, many a time you are getting answer from the students, okay, to whom you are dealing, that the aim of their life is to be a teacher, to be a doctor, to be a socialist, to be a scientist, to be a social scientist, to be an engineer, to be an interior designer, to be a business person, etc., to be a lawyer. So friends, here you see, to become a teacher, a doctor, socialist, scientist, social scientist, engineer, definitely it takes time, but it is possible. Okay, so that's why we can say that this is not very abstract in nature, rather this is concrete in nature. Okay, because you can define, this is related to your interest, your willingness, and your commitment. Okay, this is related to something about your profession, about your job, your inclination towards a profession. Okay, so what you can do to be an engineer or to be a teacher, you have to pursue your education, you have to do a teacher education program for becoming a teacher, or you have to pursue an engineering program to become an engineer. Okay, so an engineering program may take 4 years, may take 5 years. Teacher education programs may take 2-3 years, 4 years. Okay, so here you can, by pursuing certain program, certain curriculum, certain course, you can achieve your aim. Okay, so your aim was to be a teacher, and you become a teacher because you have that commitment, and dedicatedly you pursue a program, and you achieve certain, you can say, skills that requires for that profession, for the profession of teaching, for the profession of medicine, for the profession of you can say engineering. So you acquire certain skills by pursuing a program, a course. So you can say it is very concrete in nature, it is not abstract in nature, but achieving aim is not so difficult, it is possible, we can achieve it. It requires commitment and dedication to achieve the aim, because dedication required means when you will inducted to a program, when you will pursue a program, you have to study, you have to learn, and you have to complete that program, you have to do all the activities of that program. So such commitment and dedication is required to achieve your aim. Okay, then we can say it requires certain period of time to achieve the aim. You see, it may take 10 years, 20 years, means you will complete your school education to be a teacher, you will complete your school education, then college education, then after you can pursue a teacher education program. So it may take, you can say, starting from class 1, it may take 20 years, it may take 25 years of your life to be a teacher, to be an engineer, to be a doctor, or to be other professionals. Okay, so that's why you can achieve this, and it takes very little time of your life to achieve it. Then when we talk about the aim in education means in the teaching learning process, we often use the term aim. Okay, just like it is related to certain subject, course or curriculum. When we pursue a curriculum, a course or a subject, we study a subject, then definitely we have certain aim of the subject, aim of this course, and aim of the curriculum. Let us take certain example when we talk about let the subject of science. So what is the aim of science? We are not saying that what is the goal of science. We are saying goal of life, but we are saying aim of a particular subject, let that is science. So we can say the aim of science subject may be to develop scientific attitude or aptitude or temper, scientific temper. We have to develop a sense of scientific temper, scientific attitude, so that that will help you to do certain scientific work. And you can say to develop a sense of inquiry, scientific exploration, scientific innovation, scientific discovery, scientific experimentation, because all these things require scientific skills. So that is the aim of the subject of science is to develop such skills, develop such scientific sense among the students, among the learners. And friends, when we talk about the aim of social science, the subjects of social science, the discipline of social science, we can say it may be the aim of social science may be to develop interpersonal relationship, interpersonal skills, community living, develop a sense of social inquiry. In science, we are saying that scientific inquiry, but in social science, we are saying the aim is to develop social inquiry, social exploration. You have to explore the society, you have to explore the new things of the society, new experiments in the society, new practices in the society. Then understanding of culture, where you are living in the community, in the society, you have your culture, to understand the culture, okay, to preserve the culture, to transmit the culture, okay, to develop the culture. So such type of things is related to social science. And when we talk about aims of another subject, say mathematics, aim of mathematics is to develop a sense of problem solving. By using the mathematical skill, we solve many mathematical problems. Then we can say we develop certain inductive and deductive skills, or inductive deductive thinking. We develop logic and reasoning. So these skills, that is the aim of teaching or studying mathematics, that we have to develop these skills for solving the problem. So friends, when we talk about aim in education, aim in the curriculum, in the course, in the teaching learning process, so mostly aim is related with the subject itself, the curriculum itself. Okay, I'm not here saying about a topic, I'm saying the curriculum as a whole, the subject as a whole. Okay, so what type of knowledge is required in science, what type of knowledge is required in social science, what type of knowledge is required in mathematics, in languages, in humanities, in physical education. So the aim is related with the subject. So it is broad in nature, but not as much broad as you can say goal is related to life, whereas aim is related to a certain course, certain curriculum, certain you can say certain courses, and that may be completed within 2 years, 5 years. It depends upon the you can say the tenure of this course. Then friends, let us try to understand the concept of objectives. Okay, here you see objectives are very narrow and specific in nature, very just it is not like aims, it is not like goals, it is very specific in nature. We also called as it is a specific instructional objective so far as teaching learning process is concerned. In education, we use the term objective in teaching learning process to achieving specific instructional objectives. Okay, it is related to the specific topic or lesson to be taught. You see, the aim is related to the broad subject, the entire curriculum and course. But when we talk about the objective, it is related to the topic itself. Means a topic in mathematics, a topic in science, or a social science. It is very specific in nature. Then you can say instructional objectives can be achieved just after teaching the particular lesson. So in every lesson, in every teaching, in every class, you can state certain instructional objectives, and you can achieve that instructional objectives within that period of lesson, within the instructional process. Okay, it doesn't take time, means 1 year, certain months. Okay, so every lesson is having certain objectives, and you may achieve that objectives within during that lesson, just after completion of this lesson. Let us friends, let us take certain examples to understand that how to state the objectives. So when you state the objectives, you see this objective is stated in certain behavioral terms. Okay, because you have to achieve that objectives in that lesson during the teaching learning process. Just like you can state the objective, students will be able to explain something, a concept. Okay, they will be able to explain, means they can, you will observe that they are explaining, they are doing it. Then students will be able to differentiate between two concepts, two things. Students will be able to apply knowledge in new situations. Students will be able to illustrate certain things with suitable examples. Students will be able to solve certain things if it is related to mathematics. Students will be able to critically analyze certain things, certain concepts, certain situations, certain fact, certain evidences. So friends, when we are talking about objective, it is very specific in nature, it is related to a topic. And when we talk about the aim, it is related to a course. And when we talk about the goal, it is related to your entire life. But you see, objectives are included in aims, and aims are included in goals. Before achieving the objectives, you cannot achieve the aim, because in mathematics or in science or in social science, when you complete the entire course of mathematics, you may achieve the aim. But the objective that you will achieve from different topics of mathematics, from different topics of science. So that's why ultimately the objectives that contribute to achieve the aim. So that's why aim includes the objective. Aims work for achieving, objectives work for achieving the aim of the subject, because subject, the constituents of a subject or the framing of a subject is taking certain chapter, certain content. So that's why in every content, in every topic, in every chapters, you can say there are certain objectives. Okay, so objectives helps to achieve the aim. Then aims also helps to achieve the goal of life. Okay, the aim of science, the aim of social science, the aim of art and craft. You see, the national integration, unity in diversity. When we study social science, different subjects of social science, even science, even languages, it spreads a culture, it spreads a sense of unity in diversity. Okay, we study what is the diversity that exists in our society, in our country, then accordingly we achieve a type of unity among these diversities. So that's why you can say goal contributes to aim, then ultimately aim also contributes to achieving the goal. So though goal is very vast, very abstract in nature, still then it is achievable. If a person is very committed, very dedicated, then he or she can achieve the goal. So that's why these three concepts, objectives, aims and goals, are related to each other. You cannot say that these concepts are entirely different, but concept is different. So far as understanding of these three concepts are concerned, you will find that conceptually certain difference is there. Aim is not the goal, goal is not the aim, objectives are not the aim, and aim is not the objectives. But one help to achieve the other. Objectives help to achieve the aim, then aim helps to achieve the goal. National integration, you see, the spirit of national integration, the constitutional values. Even if the constitutional values, when we study political science, public administration, when we study sociology, the discipline education, we also study the constitutional provisions, the constitutional values, the democratic values. So achieving the democratic values is the goal of life, and achieving these democratic values is possible through studying a subject, pursuing a course, pursuing a curriculum. Okay, so ultimately, a particular course, a particular curriculum that helps you to achieve the goal of your life. Though it is very broad in nature, it takes the entire life period. Still, then it is achievable, and we study the goal, the values, the universal brotherhood, the unity in diversity, all these, the spirituality, all these concepts through you can say different programs, educational programs and educational courses. So that's why we can conclude by saying that being a good teacher, being an effective teacher, you should better understand that what is the objective, how to state the objective, and how objectives help to achieve the aim of the subject or aim of the curriculum, aim of the course. Then again, how aim is equally helping to achieve the goal of life. So that's why goal of life is the ultimate. So what, as a teacher, first of all, you should have a goal of your life. At the same time, you should spread this message that the students to whom you are dealing, they should achieve, they should involve themselves in the teaching learning process, first achieve the objectives, then ultimately they should achieve the aim of the subject, aim of the curriculum. Then that will help them to achieve the goal of life. So friends, today we discuss about the concept of objectives, aims and goals, and how they are related with each other, and what is the difference among these three concepts. And in the next session we will discuss about the objectives, instructional objectives and learning outcomes. Okay, what is instructional objectives and what is learning outcomes, whether both the concepts are same or any difference between these two concepts are there. Thank you.